One of the most dangerous things I think that is happening on the center and center left is that people are finding excuses for the abnormality of the Trump administration. So you will hear people say, well, hasn't the Department of Justice always sent federal monitors to elections? I mean, after all, it was after the passage of the Civil Rights Act that this federal monitor program got going and really took off. And the idea was you'd have DOJ monitors go to places with histories of discrimination against minority voters, and you'd have them observe to make sure that those minority voters were not being discriminated against. This is not that DOJ. This is not the Merrick Garland DOJ. This is not the Bill Barr DOJ. This is Donald Trump's Department of Justice. This is the Department of Justice run by Pam Bondi. And they're not sending out these monitors in order to protect minority voting rights. They're sending them out because they are trying to test the fence. Now, they're not going to overturn the results of the ballot initiative. They're only in 7 counties. They're in 1 county in New Jersey. But it is notable they are not, for example, in Virginia, which is also having gubernatorial elections, but where Republicans run the state. And so what I think is happening here is 2 things. Number one, they're sending these monitors out so that Donald Trump can lie about what happens when he loses the ballot initiative in California, because he's always lying about California elections, and he wants to create a permission structure to do so. Same in New Jersey when Mikey Sherrill wins that election. As he moves forward, though, to 2026, that lie both helps start to delegitimize those elections, create a permission structure for these federal monitors to be much more widely deployed in 2026, because they'll say, look, we deployed them in 2025 and nothing bad happened. In fact, they uncovered fraud, right? So you can see the building of a big lie narrative that these monitors are part of. And then in 2026, you have more monitors, more places. You have the military, more places. You have Donald Trump claiming that there should be no vote by mail. There should be no states that have absentee voting except for people in the military. And in his latest social media post, he says there should be no early voting. And so you can start to see all of these things coalesce as we head towards 2026, which he lies about what happened in 2025. He uses that as an excuse to do more egregious things in 2026. And then he claims that there's fraudulent voting that requires greater federal action. I'm not saying that we will not have elections in 2026. Of course we'll have elections in 2026. Actually, dictators quite like elections. The question is how fair and free they are. And I suspect in 2026, they will look less fair and free than they were in 2024, and perhaps more fair and free than they will in 2028.